What's up, everybody? It's Ronnie, sitting down by the beach today, and I'm just answering a viewer question. Viewer's question was, when are we gonna get back to normal? What is gonna be normal with what's going on these days? I know here in Massachusetts, this week we had one of our highest, I think it was Wednesday, we had 3,000 cases. I think yesterday was like 23, there was 27 in there, 100 cases. We're not getting back to normal anytime soon. It's like playing Uno and you keep getting hit with a draw four. Like, say May 4th, but the cases peaking like this, I can't see next week being a open anytime soon. So I expect it to be at least June. It could be July. And you want to talk about, in a case of a local economy being on Cape Cod that relies on tourism and more restaurants, I think, per square mile than anywhere else in the country, yeah, it could become very interesting for a lot of businesses here. I know there's been a lot of talk, a lot of people talking about who should get money, who shouldn't get money, who should apply for loans, who should do this, who should do that. It's chaotic. I know a lot of resellers have tried to get the whatever loan it was through the government there, small business loan, and it turned into something else. And you know, depending on if you needed it or not, but based on the wording, I didn't see. I think a lot of people had the misconception that it was going to be like free money or something, which it wasn't. It was a small business loan. If you read the wording on it, it was a loan from the start. I think you was maybe possibly could have got some money up front, but it was all part of a loan. Government doesn't like to give out free anything. Let's face that. You know, everything everything comes from somewhere. And then you got, and you know, us as resellers anyway, it's hard to predict. I mean, unless you had employees and had a physical store, you know, those were the people that should have did it to see if they could get some help. Everybody's sales have been affected by this in one way or another, for the most part. Either your sales went up or your sales went down, depending on which way it went. So, I didn't see this lasting as long as it did, or I would have did some things differently, probably leading up to it. You know, but what can you do? They canceled the Cape Cod League baseball season already this year, so no baseball in the Cape. It's gonna be interesting. It's the small businesses, like the small mom and pop restaurants, these little stores that open up and down Main Street. They're the ones that are gonna be affected by this the most. Car dealerships, like your Joe Smo selling some used cars, they're the ones getting affected by this. They're the ones that are gonna feel the pinch. These bigger dealers, I mean, all car dealerships in general are gonna feel it. you know and if you could buy a new car right now, probably right now is a great time to buy a new car. I would not trade in your car technically, because I don't think wholesalers are buying cars. Auctions are not really going on too much. So you really don't want to be trading in your car. Probably, if you could hold off on your trade in a car and probably sell it in a few months, probably do a lot better. And then you get the stimulus checks. Everybody, I got mine, I got mine, I got this, I got that. It's definitely a interesting time. And then they're talking about like second round of stimulus packages. If you guys have been online and listened to some of those, the possibilities are absolutely freaking crazy asinine. I mean, at what point do you just stop trying to give out money to people? I mean, is it fair to say that you make a certain amount of money. If you don't, we're going to give you $2,000 extra a month for the next year per adult. Like, that is crazy. Most people probably, let's be honest, most people probably bring home that $500 bringing home. Was it $700? $750 if you were making pay. It's almost $20 an hour. I would say that's an average salary for a lot of people, not going to college and not having specific jobs and stuff like that. Giving that extra money to certain class of people and not others is kind of is where you draw the line. Where is the line? Is it fair? Is it fair that they've talked about for a year, people not paying rent? The government, I guess, would pay your rent or put your mortgage on hold for a year. Is that technically fair to landlords? Is that technically fair to, people that have businesses or, real estate businesses and stuff like that, mortgage companies? A lot of this is not fair. Is it fair to the essential workers working in nursing homes or EMTs or, police officers or, people working in those industries or these businesses that have to be open? Not like my brother working in a warehouse by himself. We got an argument about that, about him being your son. So it's like, dude, you work at a warehouse. You're packing and shipping eBay items all day by yourself for the most part. But like people that come in contact with like people at the grocery store or other stores that are open right now, Home Depot and so on, etc. And you get sick. Like, shit is real. And then you got Joe Smo sitting at home collecting unemployment, getting a freaking nice little extra $600 a freaking month. I mean, a week, right? It's $600 a week. Like, that is stupid. Like, I clearly don't understand why that is needed. That is not needed. I could see once a month maybe if you wanted to do something, but once a week, like extra through July, people are not going to want to return to work. People are going to stay on unemployment. Like thank you. And then, I hear from other people that they've increased their, like benefits through the government and stuff like that. From other people I know, I don't really know anybody that collects that kind of stuff, but I know other people that are pissed off because, they heard this person or that person, they doubled their food stamps, or they doubled this, or they doubled that, or they gave them this, or they gave them that. I don't know. I consider myself a small business owner. I have a business. Our eBay is under a business LLC and everything like that. But I'm not entitled to anything extra. We're actually still doing pretty decent, not great. I'm having a hard time finding inventory at the moment, but I haven't really looked also. I'm going to be honest, I haven't really put in the time or effort because other things preoccupied my time all of a sudden. I've changed strategies at the moment of how to make money. I can make a few $100s every day swing trading and day trading stocks, and I don't know, it's more interesting. Friday I made $1,600 one trade, but I also lost some money earlier in the week. Not loss, I was holding a stock, so it's not really losing. You're just holding, waiting for it to come back. It goes down, it goes up. I guess they call it holding the bag. I don't know. Lingo. You buy the dip, or you buy the come up, or whatever it is. I don't know. It's funny. Uh, but, you know, I don't have no idea. I have a feeling Massachusetts is going to be probably one of the last states to probably get back. So that'll be me waiting it out, sticking it out. I mean, the good thing is I'm a few hours away. I can be in the many numerous states. So we got Connecticut within 2 hours. We got, well, Connecticut's up there too in the amount of people. New York is up there. So probably want to stay away from those two states. But there's Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont. You know, they've been kind of on the bottom of the totem pole. I don't know if how they would feel without a state plate vehicles going up there, but it is what it is. It's not like I see anybody these days. The only person I come into contact with is my wife. And I think she's off for the summer most likely, so they've gave her a bunch of different options, which will be interesting how that plays out. I think we find out this week. One of them was basically you're on call, you get half your salary, but you stay home, which is crazy. Or she can go back to work, get a 20% pay cut, and work, which, hey, I'm not too thrilled about her working, you know, in an airport and dealing with people coming into contact with a lot of people. I you know, to be honest, my wife was a nurse, or my wife was a doctor, or my wife was a grocery store employee, I'd be feeling the same way. I wouldn't want her at work. You know? Just my feelings on that. I could afford for her to not to work. It's our business makes enough. We have enough set aside that we could be okay. We'll be fine. It's not like she pays the bills anyway. So she pays her truck. So, and right now she's took on paying the apartment in the Dominican Republic till we get that rented out, which, you know, just like here in Massachusetts or in the rest of the US, Dominican Republic has been hit hard by this. Also, you know, they're climbing every day. They're still peaking every day for the last 3 weeks, I think. Their totals have went up every single day, more and more cases. So they're actually very close to what we are. I don't know what our population is here in Massachusetts, but they got about 11 million people in the Dominican Republic, and I think they're hit like 3,000, 3,500 cases a day down there. So, and I think they've cut off all planes through the end of May. No flights, nobody basically coming into that country at all. So it'll be interesting. You know, and that hurts. Like, this has hurt everybody or everywhere, because even like Dominican Republic, you have such a large percentage of your population that lives under the poverty line. Like you wouldn't believe. Like they live. You're definitely. I mean, it gives a whole new definition when people talk about living day to day or week to week. Like, they literally are in those situations to where it gives the true meaning of being poor and not having stuff. You know, it's a whole different situation. And hopefully God's going to be watching over a lot of people. Hopefully this moves on and moves fast, and hopefully we don't have another flare up in the fall. You imagine going through this again in the fall? I guess we'd be used to it if it did happen again. And I'd rather have winter months where I'm just social distancing and keep it away from people. But talk about a strain. The only good thing, I mean, possibly that could come out of this is I've been waiting for a break in the housing market. Just definitely can bring it. But even that, I don't think we're not gonna see effects of this really to probably a year or not more, because of all these laws that are probably going to go into effect where people can't foreclose on homes and this and that. It's going to be harder and harder to get a loan at a bank. They're going to want 20% down. Going to have a 700 or more credit score probably. So definitely going to be a little bit harder. But it'll be fun. I like a challenge. Gotta start making some money, putting more money aside. I don't know. See if I can put 100,000 aside by the end of next year. I better hit some penny stocks. Oh boy. But hope everybody is doing well. I'm doing great. I'll tell you the truth. That I'm I've had my bad days like everybody else. We have our good days. But it's good to be back. Tonight I'll be on Tommy Bernhard's channel with Pete Craigslist Hunter and Tracy at Uniquely Me. Make sure you go over there, check us out tonight, hang out with us. I believe it's 9 o'clock Eastern time. And also Golden Finger Pick is back making videos. Go over there, say hello, tell them what's up, and I'll see you guys later. Have a good day, stay safe, see you later, bye.